Alright, pop everybody, welcome to another video. Today we're going to be bringing you another trade recap. Took two trades today, one win, one loss, and I took two call outs. Well, I didn't take them, but I called two other trades out that actually ended up playing out. And I'm going to break it all down for y'all. So, starting out, coming into the day, I was overall bullish just due to the fact that we never got a change in the state to the downside. Now, yes, we did have higher time frame SMTs intact. We were holding bearish structure technically. We were trending to the downside. However, to me, we were just generating liquidity. 830, this Newswick right here was something that was very enticing to me. I definitely wanted this as a target, potential draw. So I'm like, all right, we're probably just going to continue to chop, continue to generate. However, if we were to get a change in the state, I would want to see us take London and then look to take Asia, which is essentially how we play this. So first, coming into the morning, I was waiting for all of the open to figure out which direction we were going to want to go in. At first, I figured we were gonna get more bearish just because we put in an initial SMT at well, actually go to 1 minute. We put in an initial SMT right here, right off of open. This is what my chart's frozen. Alright, so this is the initial SMT that I was looking at. I was like, okay, we put in this SMT at the data wick high. And if you all know, the data and news wicks are usually very strong and potent draws in liquidity. So from there, we put in the SMT, we're delivering out of an inversion and balance, and then on top of that, we had this change in the state plus fair value gap that was created, basically a BPR created with the change in the state. Now, if y'all know, this is a very, very good delivery model. However, I recognize that we were coming out of the hourly order block, and we did put in an SMT at this low. And the reason I did not take this short as well was because the risk to reward just didn't make sense. If I were to enter down here or even like here, and my stop up here, my first TP or my break even would have had to been here. And that just doesn't make sense. Now, obviously, I would have wanted to see us continue, but the risk rewards didn't make sense, so I did not take this, which I am thankful for because I saved myself from a loss. Now, from there, I'm still waiting to see. Now, once I recognize we got this 30-second change in the state, or 30-second inversion, I was really just waiting for a change in the state on the 1 minute. I wanted to see a change in the state. Now, we didn't get it initially, but we did end up getting it with, I think, the second candle, I want to say, which is where I ended up taking my initial entry at. So yeah, once we actually, no, not the change in state, once we got this inversion on the 3 minute, this is where I went long at. I'm sorry, I went long on this 30-second close, stop at this 30-second body close right beneath the imbalance. Break even was at to this high, which is a 1-to-1, which is completely perfect. Initial TP was this high right here, and I wanted to see a runner go to, I want to say this is a 4-hour untapped imbalance. So I can find it here. If not, it's the 3 minute. We won't find it, but that is essentially it. Once I just recognized that this SMT had broke, I was like, okay, we're definitely gonna go higher. And I did end up pyramiding. I initially entered with 2 contracts, and then once we got, I'll show y'all where I pyramided at and how I managed this position. So we got the initial expansion, straight move. If it would load, okay. So right here, this is where I ended up pyramiding at. Once we got this rebalance into the 15-second, we got this change in the state. I added on 2 more contracts, so now I'm in it with a total of 4. I ended up taking off at that high, wherever the high is. Let me go back. I took off at this high. So once we tap this high right here, and yeah, my stop was still break even regardless. I went break even. My fill was like down here. I was break even, and then once I pyramided, my fill was still down here. So I was break even on the trade regardless. I had no problem with that. Doubled my reward. Perfectly fine. Now, the trade that I called out that I didn't take was this 30-second inversion short. I said I'll take this, go break even here, and then look to see whatever it does. We do have potential, AM low resting right above London and Asia. As y'all can see, it did end up playing out pretty nicely. If we were gonna, if we took off here, took off anywhere down here, decent trade. Now the actual trade I took, the actual trade I took was this 3 minute inversion right here. To me, this looked pretty good. Came up, swept the high, put in an SMT at this high right here, and clean inversion through the BPR. Relative equal low is resting beneath this. I liked it. Took it with 1 contract, so very small risk in comparison to what I already had made on the day, which was why I was completely fine with accepting it. But as y'all can see, I did end up getting chopped up and stopped out. Now the second or the last trade that ended up calling out that didn't take came on the 30-second right. Once I got stopped, I recognized this 30-second model right here. We rebalanced into the higher time. I think it was a 1 minute fair value gap, and then a 30-second inversion plus change in the state ended up taking. Well, it didn't take it, but called this out. Took off at this low, or I would have taken off at this low. This is what I said to do, and it ended up playing out as well. So that was the two trades I took, and then the two call outs that I ended up taking. Two calls for 2 for 2, and then one loss and one win. End of the day, and very good in profit. We are back in the green on these accounts, so very happy with that. And hopefully we can end this week off pretty well. Tomorrow's NFP Friday, so we're going to see how tomorrow goes. Hopefully, statistically, these are my better days, NFP Friday, so we will see. But yeah, that's that though. I appreciate everybody for watching, tuning in. Free Discord in the bio. I'm going to catch y'all in the next one. Peace out.